If you're the kind of person who rolls their eyes at stiff traditions but still secretly dreams of living like royalty, you're going to want to hear this. The British royal family is famous for its centuries-old customs, grand palaces, and a lifestyle that seems frozen in time. But what if I told you that one royal is about to flip the script in a way that could change everything? Prince William, the future King of England, is quietly making moves that are shaking up the monarchy, and the world is watching. He's not just following in his father's or grandmother's footsteps. Instead, he's carving out his own path, one that's a little less gold-plated and a lot more down-to-earth. Forget the endless echoing halls of Buckingham Palace and the rigid routines that come with them. William has a vision for the monarchy that's more relatable, more modern, and, dare we say, more fun. And his latest plan might just leave the royal traditionalists clutching their pearls. So here's the scoop. When most people imagine a king, they picture the iconic Buckingham Palace, sparkling crown jewels, and a calendar packed with lavish ceremonies and state banquets. It's the stuff of fairy tales and history books, right? The kind of life that seems untouchable, reserved for a select few. Well, Prince William is basically saying thanks, but no thanks. He's not interested in being a king who's locked away behind palace gates, waving from a gilded balcony. He wants something different, something that feels more real. Instead of moving into Buckingham Palace when he eventually takes the throne, William and Kate have their eyes set on Forest Lodge in Windsor. This isn't just a temporary escape from the city, it's the place they want to call home for good. Imagine that, the future king and queen choosing a cozy country house over the most famous palace in the world. And get this, Forest Lodge isn't some sprawling castle with endless wings and secret passageways. It's a real house with just 8 bedrooms. Sure, that's still bigger than most of our homes, but in royal terms, it's practically modest. It's the kind of place where you can imagine family dinners, kids running around the garden, and maybe even the odd muddy dog paw print on the carpet. Pause, humorous beat. Only 8 bedrooms. For a royal family, that's almost a tragedy. But for William and Kate, it's perfect. They want their children to grow up in a home that feels warm and welcoming, not like a museum where you're afraid to touch anything. This move isn't just about comfort, it's about sending a message. William is showing the world that being royal doesn't have to mean being distant or out of touch. He wants to raise his kids in a place where they can have a somewhat normal childhood, where family comes first and tradition doesn't always have to win. But here's why it really matters. William is on a mission to modernize the monarchy. He's not just talking about it, he's living it. He's cutting back on the glitter and the endless parades and focusing more on what he calls real-world stuff. That means more time spent on charity work, connecting with people, and tackling issues that matter to everyday Brits. Instead of being a distant figurehead, William wants to be a king, who rolls up his sleeves and gets involved. He's volunteering, showing up at community events, and making sure the royal family is seen as approachable and relevant. It's a big shift from the old days when royals were expected to keep their distance and maintain an air of mystery. William's approach is all about breaking down barriers. He's not afraid to have real conversations with real people, whether it's at a local market or a school event. He wants the monarchy to feel like it belongs to everyone, not just a select few. The big idea, make the royal family feel less like a living museum and more like, well, actual people you might bump into at the park. William and Kate are often seen out and about with their kids, doing things that any family might do, picnics, school runs, even the occasional trip to the local shop. Even their children are growing up with a sense of normalcy. Instead of being chauffeured around in royal carriages, they're walking to school with their parents, backpacks and all. It's a small detail, but it speaks volumes about the kind of future William wants for his family and for the monarchy. The message is clear. Being royal doesn't mean being untouchable. It means being part of the community, sharing in the ups and downs of everyday life, and setting an example that's about more than just titles and tiaras. Of course, not everyone is thrilled about these changes. The British tabloids have had a field day, with headlines screaming about the end of an era, and royal fans debating whether William's choices are bold or reckless. Some people worry that moving away from tradition could weaken the monarchy's mystique. For some, the idea of the future king living in a regular house, sending his kids to regular schools and skipping out on some of the pomp and pageantry feels like a loss. They see it as the end of something special, a break from the magic that makes the royals unique. But for others, especially younger generations, William's approach is exactly what the monarchy needs to stay relevant. They see a royal family that's willing to adapt, to listen and to change with the times, and that, they argue, is the only way the monarchy will survive in the modern world. So what do you think? Is William's bold move a breath of fresh air, or is it a step too far? Does breaking with tradition make the royals more relatable, or does it risk losing what makes them special in the first place? Is William's forever home the start of a new royal age? Or just a royal headache waiting to happen? Will this be the change that brings the monarchy into the 21st century, or will it spark a backlash from those who love the old ways? Drop your thoughts below. Let's get the royal debate started. And if you want more behind-the-scenes scoops on the world's most famous family, don't forget to hit subscribe. The next chapter in royal history is being written right now, and you won't want to miss a moment.